Welcome back, guys. It's Spiffy here again. I'm still hanging out in Denny's basement at the retirement home. It's been good. It's been a good time. Um, Getting a little sick of Riffle, but other than that, it's been good. And yeah, I found an old radio down here, so I figure maybe for this week we can just, I don't know, maybe we can just listen to it. I don't know.
You're listening to 103.4 The Cheeks. Smooth jazz and even smoother cheeks. As always, I'm your host, DJ Smooth Cheeks. We're going to be throwing it back to a simpler time, but first, if you're driving, keep your hands on the steering wheel and make sure the windows don't get too steamy. It's time for DJ Smooth Cheeks' Hour of Sex.
Oh yeah.
As always, if you want to be featured on DJ Smooth Cheeks' Hour of Sex, call in at 1-800-304-SMOOTH. That's 1-800-304-SMOOTH. First up on the line, we've got a caller from Muncie, Indiana. Sir, you are on the line.
Hi, DJ Smooth Cheeks. First-time caller, a long-time listener. It's really a pleasure to be on your show.
Now, let's hear your steamy story.
Oh well, yeah, DJ Smooth. Can I call you DJ Smooth?
I don't care.
Well, yeah. Anyone who knows me knows how much I love the ladies. I've been called an addict in that regard. And I wanted to ask you some advice, DJ Smooth Cheeks, because I've been out, all night, partying with the ladies. Yeah, lots of ladies. Yeah, I love the ladies. And, recently, it's been starting to, impact my personal life.
Well, George from Muncie, can I call you George?
My name's actually
George, how
Gregory.
has this been impacting your personal life?
Well, for starters, my wife isn't too pleased that I've been out all night with the, ladies.
She's not a fan of you sharing the love.
Well, not exactly. It's basically that, she wants me to save all my loving for her, and when I get home from, partying out all night, I have to drink at least, 4 grapefruit juices before I can, satisfy her.
Running up the grapefruit juice bill, I see. I've been there myself.
Yeah, and also, it's not going over too well with my kids either. For example, I missed my son's law school graduation the other day because of an incident that had happened.
You have kids. George, how old are you?
I'm going on 57 in the fall.
What do you do for a living, George?
I own a automotive repair shop where we repair cars and automotives, but really it's just a bunch of guys who love who can't get enough of the ladies, and it's just a great time down there. DJ Smooth Cheeks, you should really come by. I think it'd be great for the guys to to meet you.
Invitation noted and declined. So, George, tell us more about these problems with your so-called ladies.
Yeah, well, basically what I was about to say was...
That's all the time we have for George from Muncie, Indiana. Next on the line, a caller from Elkhart. Sir, you are on the line.
Hi, DJ Smooth. Always a pleasure talking to you. I've called in a few times before. You might know my voice. Basically, I want to call in and let you know that the guy who was calling in before me from Muncie, Indiana, he was lying about everything he said.
It's a pretty strong accusation to level against him. Do you have any proof?
Yeah, one time me and the wife and kids were taking a drive through the great state of Indiana, go Hoosiers, and we had to stop in Muncie because the car broke down, and we went to the local automotive repair shop run by none other than the last caller.
And what did you see when you went to his automotive repair shop?
Well, it was clear to me that he had never seen or heard of a lady in his life.
He doesn't have a wife or kids. there was a family of rats in the back that I think he referred to as such. But it was a strange place in there, and it was clear to me that he didn't know a lady from a muffler, and he didn't know much about a muffler either between the two of us. Well, those are some fighting words, and joining us again on the line is George from Muncie.
I'm gonna kill you.
What's that, George?
Yeah, this guy thinks that he can talk a big game. Yeah, but I'm here to say that talk is cheap. When it comes to the ladies. Yeah, I don't mess around. Okay, and I'm gonna have to do some stuff that I might regret to this caller if he keeps slandering me.
You better shut your mouth. I'll come up there to Muncie and show you what's for. If you hadn't messed up my car so damn bad, I'll come up and give you.
Yeah, well, why don't you come do it? Why don't you come do it, big man? I've got 4 tours with the Army Rangers. Yeah, and
Army Rangers, Army Rangers, New York
skills
Rangers.
To
quiet
you
down.
got nothing. You know what?
Quiet down. I said quiet down, you two. Now, listen, if we can have a civilized discussion here, there's no point even having DJ Smooth Cheeks Hour of Sex. So, here's the deal. First off, we're going to hear a plea from the man from Muncie, George himself. George, it's your time to speak.
Well, basically, I'm a certified playboy. Yeah, and I think that this other caller doesn't seem to know what's what, and furthermore, what's good. Yeah, and I think that if he took time to listen to the ladies. Yeah, and find out what their interests are, what kind of music they like, astrological sign, dental records. Then he could maybe have a lady, yeah, or 2 of his own.
Thank you, George. Now, sir from Elkhart, what is your response?
So you're saying that that's all you do for the ladies is just you listen to the ladies?
Yeah, and you also have to be, smooth with it. Dancing helps. Ballroom dancing, the tango, the salsa, the samba, the dancing moves in the moonlight, sharing your dreams, being vulnerable, opening up, honesty, respect, commitment.
Welcome back to Q107 in the morning. I'm your host, Blongo the Dunce, and I hope that coffee is steamy this morning. As you plan your commute, we are proud to bring you the coolest traffic reporter in the business, Steve Sanderson. Hi, Blongo. As always, it's lit speaking with you. Traffic today seems a little sus, as we have what appears to be a 14-car pileup on I-45. No cap. You might want to think about adjusting your travel plans, especially if you want to see the light of day tomorrow. On God, pieces of flying shrapnel are flying off the twisted wreckage, and it seems as if the rapture may be upon us. This incident is straight fire, as in a gas fire is spreading rapidly from the site and devouring everything in its path. It's lit. Children cry out for their mothers, and mothers weep for their children. Deadass. I haven't seen a scene this gruesome since my unit was ambushed in the forests of Ganzhou. Unfortunately, the drippiest thing about this scene is not my fresh Timbs. Instead, it's the chemical fluid dripping out of a T-boned 18-wheeler, mixing into the air and causing what will undoubtedly be a lifetime of agony for the few survivors of this terrible wreck. That's the traffic. Period. Back to you in the studio, Blongo.
Thank you, Steve. With the holidays around the corner, it can be hard to keep track of everything you need. But luckily for you, one thing that you can keep track of is our holiday giveaway. We're going to give you the chance to pet an actual reindeer. You can come down to our studio. If you call in, the number is 104 287 8334. If you call in right now, the 14th caller is going to get the chance to come down to our studio and pet a real life reindeer right in time for the holidays. As a special treat, we actually have our resident reindeer on the line, and he's going to spread some holiday cheer and tell you why you should be making those phones ring.
How y'all doing up there in the studio? From down here in the little reindeer pen, it's cold and dark. Well, my name's Sylvester. I thought I'd introduce myself. I'm the reindeer that y'all could pet if you're the 14th caller. Please get those phone lines ringing. It's been so long since I felt the warm touch of a human person on my loose reindeer skin. It would really mean the world to me with the holidays coming up and all. It's hard out here to be a reindeer, but I do my best, and I'm excited to meet you and hopefully change your life, and you can maybe change mine.
Well, Sylvester, bad news for you. The phones are dead. It looks like this holiday season for you, it's going to be jingle jingle all the way to the glue factory. Coming up on Q107, we have 4 hours of commercial-free jingle bells to get you in the mood for the holiday season. Buckle up. It's going to be a good one. You're listening to Q107, Blongo the Dunce, in the morning.
Good afternoon and welcome to Thinking About Things from WPPT Public Radio. I'm Sheila Schnanielson, your host. Before we begin today, I'd like to share some breaking news. Apparently, a reindeer at the Q107 radio headquarters got loose, and there are no casualties yet to report except for Blongo the Dunce, who was torn to shreds. Blongo will be missed, and he is survived by his older brother, Donnie. And now back to our regularly scheduled program. With the trend of veganism sweeping the nation, you might think that a gopher emporium would be the last place open for business. Yet, Muskie Phillip has found an unprecedented amount of success, as supply chain issues have turned many Americans to alternative sources for meat and sustenance. Muskie Phillip joins us in the studio now. Muskie, how are you doing?
Doing well, Sheila, and thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Now, Muskie Phillip, what can you tell us about how these supply chain issues have affected your business and its growth in this quarter?
Well, Sheila, my auntie always used to say, if you don't have a quarter, you can't have a nickel, and that's how it's going down with us at the Gopher Emporium. We got people flocking in from the city slickers, coming down, trying our gopher, petting the gophers, and eating them too. It's been great.
And tell us about some strategies that you've employed at the Gopher Emporium to drive or help with this flock of new customers.
Well, baby girl, can I call you baby girl?
No, you may not.
Well, Sheila, as I said, it's been new customers coming in every day. So one strategy that we have tried to employ is putting out little bowls of mints, spearmints to be exact. We find that if you unwrap the mints before you put them in the bowls, everyone's putting their hands in those bowls, mingling, on a molecular biological level, and that sort of promotes, the togetherness of species that we're really trying to achieve down at the Gopher Emporium. Not only between humans and gophers, but between other humans.
It seems that you have some strong values down at the Gopher Emporium. Tell us more about that.
Well, Sheila, it seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV, and we're really striving to get back to those good old-fashioned values on which we used to rely.
Is that from the Family Guy theme song?
What kind of guy are you talking about now, Sheila?
The Family Guy television program.
We don't really get TV down at the Gopher Emporium. In fact, the only kind of media we consume is shadow puppetry. We believe that sort of forges and it's very fun to watch.
We got one shadow play, follows the Griffin family from Quahog, Rhode Island. You got Peter, Stewie, Meg, Chris, Lois, and a talking dog named Brian. So we watched that show and we learned a little bit about ourselves through those characters. That's my favorite part about it.
Now, I'm reading here that you're a veteran, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, Sheila, that is correct.
And which war did you serve in? I served in, I did 2 tours during the Gopher Uprising of 97. And in which branch did you serve? Well, I mostly hid behind the second branch of the big oak tree. My sister was on the top branch, and the gophers were swarming around down at the base of the stump, whatever you call it. And I started shaking the tree. My sister fell, and the gophers ate her up, and that satiated their hunger for a couple more years before the next uprising. So, would you say, Muskie Phillip, that safety is of a big concern to you down at the Gopher Emporium? Yes, Sheila, we take safety very seriously. We got lifeguards on duty at all times down there to, keep, we got them on. They're on duty. And so, is there a swimming component of the Emporium? There's no swimming, but if you've ever seen the show Baywatch, the lifeguards run in slow motion, and we were trying to get something like that going down there. I thought that you didn't have TV at the Gopher Emporium. Sheila, that is what we call a gotcha question, and I simply won't have it. You've been in communication with our lawyers about this interview, and we were assured that you would not ask us any questions about Baywatch or Baywatch-related plans that we may have. This is the first time hearing of Baywatch plans. Actually, you were the one who brought up Baywatch. Sheila, I will not be fooled by your mind tricks. That you will not get me to say anything about Baywatch or plans to create a life-size recreation of Baywatch in which Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson fights a mummy. So I guess it's really more of a recreation of the mummy. But you won't get me to say anything more about it, and that's that. Oh, well, all right then. Another question I have about the supply chain. You see what I did there, Sheila? You see what I did there? I acted all mad, and then I secretly made it an advertisement for the Baywatch show we're doing. We got a gopher, looks just like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. We've been feeding him. He's huge. He's the size of you and me. You see how I slipped it in? Yes. Well, if we could get back to the economic impact of these trends. Sheila, if I got one more thing to say before I go, and then I gotta pick up a prescription. It's scheduled, so I'm gonna have to leave here soon. Oh, I hope everything's all right. Yeah, I got fungus, but anyway, what I want to say is that Crunker Bill, he continues to try to plagiarize our business, and we have implemented a number of strategies to stop him. Can you tell us a little bit more about those strategies? Well, one of the biggest ones was our exit's 27, his is 28. We painted over the sign, the street sign. This is genius. We painted over the sign. We made it say 30, so people go past and they think if it was 29, it would have been too obvious, Sheila. You see what I'm saying? We made it 30, so people just drive right past. No one goes there. They can't find the exit. And the other strategy that's been arguably more effective has been arson. I'm sorry, did you just admit to a felony on live radio? Yeah, well, that's just between me and you. All right. Well, thank you, Muskie Phillip, for speaking with us today. When we come back, I was joking. Just a joke, Sheila. All that stuff about changing signs and arson and putting anti-squirrel cannons outside their property. Just a joke, Sheila. All right, well, when we come back, we'll speak with Sheila. I think they bought it. I think they bought it hard, Sheila. I think they bought my lie. We'll be speaking with Sheila. We're going to be speaking to Sheila. If this goes to court, I'm going to need you to testify on my behalf. Our next guest is going to be... Because Sheila, my lawyer, is not that smart. He's not smart at all. He's a bit of an idiot, Sheila. I'm going to need some help with this one. Just if it goes to court, but I think they bought it, so I think we should be fine. But if they didn't, I'm going to need you to testify. Down with jazz flautist Mark Lambertson. Sheila, they bought it think, so this shouldn't really even be an issue. But my lawyer is just a bunch of gophers in a suit that is the size of a human, and to the naked eye would fool it, but it's really just a bunch of gophers. He never even passed the bar, Sheila. He cheated on it, and he still didn't pass. So I'm gonna need you to testify if this goes to court, but I think we should be fine, because I think they bought it, but I think if it go, but yeah.
Welcome to Extraterrestrial Radio. I'm your host, as always, Snide Clive the Minuteman. I am really happy to report to you guys that this past weekend, as you guys know, I went down to the San Fernando Alien Con, and while I was there at the San Fernando Alien Con, I was able to take in the most prominent advances in alien technology, both in that actual aliens are developing, and that we are developing to commune with aliens, and that was all on display at the San Fernando Alien Con. So first, I think I'm just going to talk about my experience at the convention, and then I actually have a really exciting recording to share with you guys that I recorded at the convention, where I got to talk to an actual extraterrestrial. So I think you guys are in for a real treat here. But first of all, for my experience, the first day at the San Fernando Alien Con was rough. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I would like to say that the whole weekend was sugars and plums, getting to meet aliens, experience the sights and sounds of the San Fernando Alien Con. Unfortunately, that's not how it went to start. I was locked in my hotel room because there was a middle school field trip that happened to be there in the hotel at the same time. Now, why anyone would bring up these middle schoolers on a field trip is beyond me. They must have been from some kind of juvenile detention facility, because they wouldn't let me leave my room. They crowded around my room, and they just simply wouldn't let me leave it. And these kids must be getting stronger. This is why, I've been saying for years that I think that school lunches have been contaminated by alien supplements. And I think that there's no clearer evidence for that than the strength of two 12-year-olds as they dig their heels into the hallway carpeting of the San Fernando Holiday Inn and refuse to let me leave my hotel room. Really, the state of degeneracy in this country has become. I don't like to get too political, unless it has to do with the widespread cover up and objectification of aliens throughout mainstream media. But whatever. So I was screaming, calling reception, trying to get these kids, I don't know, taken to jail. I didn't want to call the police because of my warrants, but I was calling reception. Eventually, the boy's mother came. I guess she was the chaperone at the field trip or something. And I started screaming. I was a little upset because I had a splash zone ticket to the live alien dissection at the San Fernando Alien Con, and I couldn't go because of these little runts. So I was upset, reasonably so. I yelled to their mother to, discipline them. The words put them through a spanking machine might have been used, but I was flustered. And so you can imagine my horror and my shock when she starts laughing at me
and saying that I'm like Scooby-Doo without the swag. First of all, you didn't even give me a chance to turn my swag on, okay? So let me turn my swag on first before you're going to say something about how I'm like Scooby-Doo without the swag, okay? Eventually, I was able to open a window on the other side of the room and make my way to the San Fernando Alien Con. And while I was there, the innovations that I saw were incredible. Unfortunately, I didn't make it to my my splash zone seats for the alien dissection, which is unfortunate because I hear that it was really something. But I think that the best way I can sum up my weekend for you guys is just to play the recording from when I used a device that I built to actually communicate with an alien at the San Fernando Alien Con. Hi, and welcome to a moment that I'm very excited for you all. A conversation with a real alien. I built this device, and I'm excited to communicate with him. Hi, how are you doing? Do you wanna tell us a little bit about yourself? Hi, it's nice to be here. It's just me, a little old alien. Excited to be here at the San Fernando Alien Con. And where are you from? What exact planet are you from? I'm from Muncie. No, you gotta say like a planet or something. Okay, planet Muncie? No, you gotta say something like, you gotta say like Xenon 4 or something. Listen, man, where are the, ladies? Yeah, you promised me that if I did your stupid little alien radio thing, you would introduce me to some, of the ladies here at the San Fernando Alien Con. Yeah, but I haven't seen any yet, dude. All right. Thank you for speaking with me, Mr. Alien, sir. And it's been a pleasure meeting with you. Goodbye. Well, there you have it, folks. The first known conversation with a real alien in radio history. I'm pretty excited about this, guys. This is an AM radio milestone, and it all happened at the San Fernando Alien Con. So a big thanks to everyone who has helped me along on this journey, and I'm just incredibly proud.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, that was fun. Some of those radio hosts' voices sounded. Sheila Schnanielson's voice sounded pretty similar to mine. I thought, I don't know, maybe there's some secret genealogy going on there. But yeah, I think that does it. So, thank you guys. See you next time.